back in the thing, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about the stipulation that Ryan Garcia got with uh with Javier Fortuna. Then we're gonna jump in there, talk about Crawford and Spence. So um Crawford reported on ESPN today that the fight was close, there's no obstacles, and I got an answer. Um I was trying to wait till I got a another answer, but I got an answer, and then we're gonna talk about it and get into it. So, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance and notifications. We go live or drop a video. Um, but yeah, don't forget you can listen to this episode tomorrow morning. We good now. Shout out to Melon. They even added the where I can download the MP3 right from the Melon's website, so I don't have to go through an MP3 converter anymore. So shout out to them. If you're a content creator, you need to create content, you need to live stream, or just need something to cut videos. I mean, Melon's pretty cool. Got a lot of just different ads that you can add, alerts, you can add tip jars, you can, hook it up with Streamlabs, all types of stuff. So it's definitely advanced. I mean, way better than StreamYard, trust me. Now they added the MP3. I mean, you got different stock themes. I mean, just it's way better. So man, I encourage people to try it out. My Melon link is in the description. It's the last link in the description. Join for free or sign it up. So yeah, remember, if you live stream or you want to do something different and cheaper and get more bang for your buck, Melon is the app. All right. So make sure y'all do me a favor, thumbs up the video, and as I said before, share the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. But you can listen to this on Apple iTunes. I mean, Radio Public, Stitcher. Spotify, Anchor, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, the whole nine. So listen to this in the morning. I have it up on Spotify around 9 a.m. tomorrow, and everything else probably be about 10, 11 o'clock. So shout out to y'all. Linktree right here. You can find all that right there pinned in the live chat. It's also the first link in the description. Lather salute. Craig, what up? Craig and Dodo. Said smash the like button, and for my dog, yeah, smash the like button, smash that like button, ho. But yeah, man, like real talk, I'm talking about Ryan Garcia real fast, and then we kind of hit blast off to the we hit blast off on Spencer Crawford. I'm not gonna hold y'all, but nonetheless. So, all right, so I found this article interesting. So Ryan Garcia was going around saying that Javier Fortuna is the one that moved the weight. So now we found out what the weight is. And somebody reported it earlier. One of the reporters reported it earlier, and they said that the weight has always been set at 140 pounds. And Ryan Garcia said that Javier Fortuna tried to find a way out this fight. He said Ryan Garcia said Fortuna, said he couldn't make 35. He said Fortuna tried to find a way in this fight. Said he don't think he can make 40. Right. So Ryan Garcia said that Fortuna tried to get out this fight because the weight was an issue. Right. And both made weight today, I believe. So I didn't hear about nobody missing weight. But it turns out Fortuna promoter says this. He says that Javier Fortuna, we wanted a higher weight at 40 because we only have 7 weeks to train. There you go. So he only has 7 weeks to train. Now, I know what you're thinking. You'd be like, well, that's the PBC way. That's what they do at PBC. They only got they usually fight 7, 8, 9, 6 weeks sometimes. So that's their way. But apparently, Javier Fortuna only has 7 weeks to train for this fight. And that's the caveat. Javier Fortuna ain't fought since February. Ryan Garcia fought in April. So, like I said before, it's always some type of stipulation when dealing with guys like Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, and stuff of that nature. Ryan Garcia tried to make it seem like Javier Fortuna was trying to find a way out the fight. But Javier Fortuna didn't have a full 8 weeks to do his thing. That's why this fight can be at 35. And then also question needs to be asked, can Ryan Garcia even make 135 pounds anymore? He the one that changed the fight versus Emmanuel Tagaho. He the one that changed that fight with Tagaho. He changed the weight in that fight. So now they fighting at 140, So I'm not even sure that, Ryan can get down to 135 pounds anymore, but it don't matter. Tank don't hold a real title. Ryan Garcia said the belts don't matter. He had never hold a real title. Shout out to my boy Ricky E. Salute 245. Shout out to the great city of New York City. So he said it was agreed because we only have 7 weeks. Samson Tulowitzki, Fortuna's promoter, Samson Boxing. told boxing.com following the press conference in the Millennium Biltmore Hotel. Quote, it's normal. There's no title at stake. It's a good fight, but it was only 7 weeks away when we made the decision. We made an agreement on weight immediately before we announced the fight, so it would be fair for everyone. Nobody was supposed to know, but Golden Boy did it, right? They didn't do like Canelo by wanting 133 instead of 155. So he says, so fans reacted negatively towards Ryan Garcia on social media Thursday when the news of a higher contracted weight spread because they suspected the handlers of the A side to push for it. But fans expected the A side to push for it for one simple reason. Ryan Garcia just did it his last fight. He changed the weight to like a 139, 138 catch weight with Tago. He said, quote, it's not true, Lewis. He said it was because it was only 7 weeks from the fight. I said immediately we cannot make 135 because we weren't given enough time and we're not an opponent that Canelo picked. I don't know, can he put Canelo in there? Where they say you need to go to a certain weight and put it in the contract. We would have lost too much weight in a short time, and then Garcia wins the fight. He keep on Canelo in there, don't they? So he said the weight limit for Ryan's previous fight was comparable. Garcia 22 and 18 KOs officially weighed in at 138 and 3/4 pounds. Dropped Ganas Main with Tago 32 2 and 15, who weighed at 138 and 1/4. In the second round, soundly defeated him in all three. Man, soundly, that shit was terrible. I wouldn't tell nobody about that performance. Trash performance. It's not a problem, Whiskey said. Both of them feel comfortable with the weight because it's not an elimination match. There was no any title at stake. So, I mean, then again, here you go. It ain't about the weight. They made the fight at 7 weeks. 7 weeks they made this fight. Now, I know Tevin Farmer fell out. I think Tevin Farmer was supposed to be an opponent. All right. I know they probably went through a couple opponents before they got to Javier Fortuna. But damn, 7 weeks? Like, what's the difference if they move this fight, I don't know, 2 weeks? And I guess the difference would be putting the Gervonta Tank Davis fight at jeopardy, you know. But my thing, if they move this fight a week, a week, you get 8 weeks. And ain't nobody fighting next Saturday. Now, I don't know if it's, some type of special holiday next Saturday. They could have moved it 2 weeks. Virgil Ortiz only fighting on. So I guess the way their budget was fit, they didn't want to, put Virgil Ortiz and Ryan in the same calendar month. So I guess that's what it was. But, 7 weeks, I mean, that's not even a full camp. And apparently he wasn't staying ready. Because on PBC, you don't know when you're going to fight. So that's why it's always why I stay in shape. But Carlos Adames, PBC middleweight, to be top ranked. They say he run over to the reason why he always getting tired. He run over to Dominican Republic and put on a whole bunch of weight. And then his camp is just consistent of him. It's consistent of him just cutting weight. I'm pretty sure Fortuna doing the same thing. For Fortuna not to get down to 35, what y'all think Fortuna was? 160? Shit, 155, 150, maybe 145. I mean, that's a good cut. I mean, probably 150. He probably was around 150. In 8 weeks. So you talking about 150? Let's say he was 150. So he had to cut 15 pounds in 8 weeks. That's an average of what? That's 5. So yeah, he could have. I mean, I don't know how his camp looking, but he could have easily. So he must have been like 165, 170. But Ryan Garcia, it's always some type of stipulation. It's always some type of bullshit with Ryan Garcia. You only gave him 7 weeks to prepare. That's why I probably Tevin Farmer moved on and didn't want to fight. That's why they couldn't get nobody in there. And probably the money ain't super right. So, then again, it's a reason why Javier Fortuna is a big underdog. He's a negative 14, $1,450. Yeah, it's a huge underdog. I mean, you have to bet $1,450 to win $100 if Ryan Garcia wins. If Fortuna win, if you bet 100, you win $770. I'm pretty sure that line is moved quite a bit. So, I mean, it's always some shit with Canelo. He picked up a thing or two from y'all boy, from Ryan Garcia. He picked a thing or two from Canelo. It's always something. But I understand they want to get back in the big fight with Tank Davis. And Ryan and Gervonta Tank Davis, they pretty much the same fighter anyway. Once you look at it, they're the same exact fighter, man. They both don't care about titles, they say. They both feel like they're big stars in the sport, but I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to always say this. You cannot be a star in this sport. You can't be a full-blown star in this sport without fighting somebody. Without at some point fighting top-level opposition, no matter how popular he was. Zhu Simon was one of the most popular fighters in China. When he stepped up to a certain level opposition, he started losing. So you couldn't really fake him being a star like in amateurs where it's four rounds or 3 rounds in a couple minutes. You can fake somebody being a big star in the amateurs. The judging can be bad in the amateurs. You can fake it. You can fake it till you make it in the amateurs. But in the professional ranks, it's hard. It's real hard. So, Ryan Garcia now, because he don't want to fight Devin Haney, which nobody talk about them being on the same side of the street, And then there's been some other rumors about Ryan Garcia that's not too pleasant, which, people keep saying, well, he might spill the beans on Canelo. Well, he going to spill the beans on himself from what I hear. So, like I continue to say, bro, like, man, and then they fan bases just let you know where they at. They fanatic, casual fan bases. When you're not going for people to fight the best in the sport of boxing, you're not a real fan. I can't even classify you as a casual fan. So and I respect Ryan Garcia for fighting Fortuna, but on 7 weeks' notice, bro, we couldn't do this a little quicker. He fought in April, didn't sustain a bruise in that fight. He fought the very first day in April, wasn't it? Damn near. Yeah, April 2nd, the second day in there. He fought the second day in April. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. That's 15 weeks out. It's almost 16 weeks out. Why we couldn't come to a deal, But I know it's business and how business work and all that type of stuff. But like I said before, I thought about throwing a couple dollars on Javier Fortuna, but like I said before, it had to be some type of stipulation in there. And Fortuna only had 7 weeks to get ready. He probably had no idea he was gonna get that call. But I credit to Ryan Garcia. Tank Davis wouldn't fight Javier Fortuna if he had a 16-week notice. If Fortuna had a month notice, he wouldn't fight Javier Fortuna. And Ryan Garcia, like it or not, and I'm not the biggest fan of Ryan Garcia. I'm more of a fan of Gervonta Davis. Like it or not, Ryan Garcia, if he beat Javier Fortuna, Fortuna might look trash. He might look great. He might go through some fire. Ryan Garcia got a better resume than Tank. And it's not even close. Luke Campbell better than anybody on Tank resume. Anybody. Don't give me this Barrios bullshit. Nobody was talking about Barrios before he been. And then he beat Javier Fortuna. He got two of the best names on both resumes. Pedraza really lost the egg in the chair. I keep telling y'all that. I watched that fight live. So Fortuna, what's going to happen if Fortuna lose, and he gets sparked out. That's why Ryan said, I'm going to get him out there in 2 rounds. He gets sparked out. Shout out to Barbara Choi. Salute. He gets sparked out. It's going to be, only has 7 weeks to train. If he go the distance, he already said he need a knockout. He said that. He said, I need a knockout. He said, I'm not going to win a decision. He said, I know I need a knockout. Right here. Shit, it's the opening thing. Fortuna, I have to KO Garcia. Even if I drop him several times, I won't win on the scorecard. So Dougie Fresh already know he got to go for the knockout. He already know he got to go for the knockout. So like I said before, man, it's already, man, even if Ryan Garcia, as long as Ryan Garcia finish on his feet, they're going to give it to Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia blow out Javier Fortuna, then you know what the narrative is. And like I said, some narratives fit the shoot. Fit the foot, excuse me. He only picked Fortuna after he lost to Joseph Diaz. He the one that backed out the Joseph Diaz fight. Ryan Garcia is he don't belong to be in the sport. It'll be fitting for him to get knocked clean out the sport tomorrow night. It will be fitting. Trying to cherry pick a guy that just was the boogeyman before Joseph Diaz fought him. You duck Joseph Diaz after he beat Javier Fortuna. Don't want to fight Devin Haney who beat Joseph Diaz. Now you want to fight the guy that Joseph Diaz beat. It makes 0 sense. 0. But I ain't going to spit too long on it, man. Get some questions. Robert says salute to the chat. Smash the thumbs up button. Appreciate it. Yeah, smash the thumbs up button. Kofi Universe, salute. He says salute to everybody in the chat. Smash the like button, click the link tree, and sub to all social media platforms. Podcast, I go subscribe to Kofi Universe for the latest and greatest news in hip-hop, man. I'm really leaning towards going to a hip-hop channel, man. Once I make this transition in my life, I'm really headed to it. Hurst, Leo Santa Cruz, and Red Vargas Innovation Company. Yeah, that's common sense. Yeah, I knew that. Not because I had no inside information. I just knew that's what they're trying to do. So, yeah, it's a big fight on the West Coast. Probably going to be in L.A., Ray Vargas showed that he can be aggressive, big rangy guy. Still favor Leo Santa Cruz, so it is what it is. Ray Vargas been Gary Russell mandatory. He only elected to take the mandatory when Russell lost to Mayaxo, so it is what it is. Ray Vargas was more excited than he had been in the last few fights. Well, for his whole fucking career. I remember he was fighting on HBO. Trash. But good boxer, though. He used to punch and clinch, and he showed Bart Mayaxo. That's how I knew Mayaxo wasn't that good. Ray Vargas, he was a threat. He would have just boxed him. Sean, salute. Support the channel. Venmo, CJ Good 313. Appreciate that, man. Salute to everyone in the chat. Smash the like button. Barber. Ricky said Ryan Garcia is still following the Canelo print. Of course he is. What else with Canelo print he gonna follow? They probably cool behind the scenes, laughing it up, trying to sell his fight. All that. What other blueprint he gonna follow? But like I said, nobody expected him to take the Javier Fortuna fight. But like I said before, I knew it had to be something. It just seemed too good to be true. I knew it had to be something. I knew it had to be something between him and Javier Fortuna. So, I mean, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing too surprising. But Fortuna lose tomorrow, he gonna make an excuse. We all know that. I don't even know what I picked Ryan Garcia. I think I picked Ryan Garcia split decision, maybe robbery. But knowing this, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Garcia got him out there earlier. So Fortuna, I don't know, man. So his camp was just focused on cutting weight. But 98% of these fighters' camp is focused on cutting weight. And also I had to say this, man. I kind of was sad to see Bernard Hopkins hating on Devin Haney, but don't worry, I got a video coming about that tomorrow, about the old heads. He said he had to have been around 160. Remember when Tank to Beauty Shop a few years ago, he was at 183 pounds and made 130 in like 10 weeks. So yeah, he had to be around the 160 mark when I started doing the math. So 7 weeks out. Like I said before, I know they ran through Tevin Farmer as an opponent and all these different guys as opponent, but and then before I move on subject, what is he wearing, bro? What is he wearing? Like, come on, I seen somebody else with this same fit on, bro. Nigga like John Cena meets, cilantro at Del Taco or some shit like that. Hey, bro, like, man, bro, I'm telling you, man, this nigga went to go get a chain, don't know how to rock the chain, and looking for Fortuna. Them dudes down there in Dominican and Puerto Rico and Jamaica, they know about sauce. They know about swag. That's all they is. They known for being flashy. The Cubans, you look how he got his chains and everything sitting the right way. You know what I'm saying? Look at Ryan Garcia. Come on, don't even know how to rock the chain. No swag at all. Dude came in with the John Cena fit. Come on, bro. Came in with the John Cena fit. Came in with, I'm pretty sure it's hot in LA. I'm pretty sure. He said, dude got a cardigan, V-neck. Bro, come on. All the things you could have wore, bro. Man, he gonna take the mantle from Sean Porter and run off with it. Worst dressed fighter. Come on, bro. John Cena's shopping in fucking Tijuana. He said, can you talk about if Ryan can hang around the top dogs at 140? Can you pull up the roster, Ryan? He said he ain't going back down to 30. He said that. Send that to me, bro. I mean, shit, hell no. It's a wrap on that. Going to 40, he gonna get starched. But remember, he said he don't care nothing about a title, but everybody at 40 pretty tough. Alberto Palello is fighting Akadamadev, and a lot of people thought Akadamadev, which I'm butchering his name, a lot of people thought Akadamadev really really beat Barrios. It was on that Sean Porter's Errol Spence card, which I went to the movies. So yeah, I gave him my $20. It was well worth it. That was a hell of a card, hell of a fight too, by them two fellas, man. Earl the dog, Sean the dog, Earl just was a little bit more of a dog. So he can't beat back Rob Akadamadev. I ain't never seen Alberto Palello, but somebody said he nice. Maybe he could beat Harry Davies for sure. Sandor Martin, he might can rob Sandor Martin, but Martin can box. He ain't really barking at that tree. We know what Regis gonna do to him. We know what Lopez gonna do to him. Cletus Sheldon, he probably can get Cletus Sheldon. Lewis Risson, UK fighter, can get him. We know he can't fuck with Gary Anton Russell. I don't know much about this dude. Jack Catterall, he probably can get Jack Catterall, but it's gonna be a split robbery, nigga, for sure. He can't beat Victor Postal. Jose Pedraza, yeah, he fight Richard Comey. They postponed it to next month or something like that, so that'll be a good fight. He can't beat Richard Comey. He might be able to beat Richard Comey. He might. Sabril Matisse, body bag Ryan Garcia. So yeah, Jose Ramirez. I mean, that'd be if I had to bet and say which top fighter Ryan Garcia could beat at 140, it'll be Jose Ramirez. Ramirez, he ain't that good. He's more stamina. He's a durable fighter. He reminds you of an Errol Spence with no skill set. You know, all the or Derrick James fighter without the skill set. That's who remind me of a Derrick James fighter without the skill set. Tough, rugged, durable, great stamina. You know what I'm saying? But he don't really have the skill set. So yeah, I mean, I'd be the only top guy I really seen him. He would beat maybe Cattle. He robbed Cattle, but yeah, you know, Montana Love. He probably get Montana Love. Probably rob the hell out of Montana Love. Brandon Lee. Nah, Brandon Lee too much of a killer. You know, Montana Love probably really beat him though, but he probably robbed him. I seen a little bit of Leo Paro. I mean, he's tough fighter, but ain't nothing really, you know, saucy about him. So, I mean, yeah, man, he ain't gonna fight nobody. We wasting our breath. He ain't gonna fight nobody of credibility at 140 pounds at all. I'm telling you that right now. But shout out to Rich Chop. He ain't gonna fight nobody credit. He trying to say, CJ, you come down to 140. You nah. Johnson salute. He said that. Okay, all right, I'm gonna pull it. Let me put this in my notes. You know, Friday, I say this, man. This in the summertime, it's always tough content in the summertime. Always tough to come up with content in the summertime. So it's always tough to come up with content because for boxing, that's why I base my channel around boxing. I changed that real quickly because there don't be nothing to talk about. It ain't be nothing to talk about because the fighters take the summer off. They don't fight then, and then everybody try to rush and fight at the end of the year. Real talk, everybody try to rush and fight at the end of the year, bro. And when the dates is limited, it's crazy. He gonna get knocked out at 40, man. He probably won't, man. He probably gonna choose his fights wise. He said belts don't matter, Johnson. So, you know, he might be cherry picking going wrong. Yeah, he said he's staying at 40. I told y'all he can't make the weight. He couldn't make the weight neither. Even if they agreed at 35, Javier Fortuna, you can bank on Ryan Garcia staying at changing the weight to 40. Barboza is a good fight. He can't punch, so Ryan Garcia gonna get past him. But that's the only reason why. Yeah, shout out to Arnold Barboza. He's supposed to fight Tio. Look it up. He not going back. He said officially at 4 man, bro. He going, man, bro. Your name Rich Chopper. He gonna get chopped up, Rich. How about that at 140? He gonna get chopped up, but they choose his fighter. He chooses fights wild, but you know, like I said before, Ryan Javier Fortuna know what it is. He telling y'all to bet the knockout. If you pick the round on FanDuel, any round, whatever round you pick, not group betting per round, $100 get you 10 bands. So if you got $20 laying around, shit, what's that? That about 2,000, 2,500. Yeah, that's about 2,500. $20 to 2,500 on Fortuna. Excuse me, my math off. You know, but I think what is it? What is it break down? 25, 20. Yeah, 20 should get you. No, my bad. 25 should get you 2,500. Excuse me, 20 probably gonna get you around 2,000. Yep. You got 100 laying around, and you pick the right. We got to pick the right round though. 100 laying around, the perfect round. It's a 10,000. So I mean, $20, man. If you break, man, shit, you could break 20 down. Shit, you could break 100 down to every round, 1 through 12. You know, get you 120 and bet 10 on each round. Shit. If you got 100 laying around and bet on all 12, that nigga don't hit him up. You don't knock him out. You're gonna be killed for Tuna. Hey, I'm going to sleep in my where's that cryogenic chamber? Wake me up in 100 years when Bud and Spencer's on. Please, thanks. Cryogenic bed, bro. What's the one the chamber that the Goku and Vegeta used to go in for like 10 minutes and that shit, that's like 20 years. Yeah, support the channel for your boys. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Please support the channel. Please listen to my remix and my Diddy voice. But yeah, let me switch lanes. We good. We spent the quarter on 25 minutes on this. So I tell you the intel I got from one portion of Crawford team. I tried to wait from the head honcho negotiations over there, but it is what it is. Like I told y'all, I was a 2 win. I don't think I watched I didn't go live Tuesday. I watched if Ryan Garcia loses, I ain't doing it tomorrow. More than likely, I won't be doing it tomorrow. I will go live after that fight if Fortuna win or some fishy shit happen. But but yeah, I hit up one portion of the team yesterday, bro, or today. Well, I had somebody else hit them up. One portion of the team, and it's totally false. Now, before we carry on with this, let me cue up what Coppinger said. You know what I'm saying? So Floyd Mayweather came out and he ain't even heard it from him yet. So I don't know. I don't know really their. I don't really know their angle. Really, I don't know their angle when it comes to like why, why do they keep putting out this information, saying that the fight is done, it ain't no obstacle in the way. And like I said before, if it ain't no obstacle in the way, why haven't we got it? No, I told y'all they've been negotiating since at least November. I told y'all they've been negotiating at least since November, bro. Probably a little bit before that. But here,
Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. Where does that fight stand right now?
Max, yeah, I agree. One of the best fights you can make, probably the best fight, and still really close to being made. No real obstacles, I'm told. It's looking like November in Las Vegas. And these guys are on I would say, the 2-yard line. I don't see any way this fight doesn't happen. Of course, this is boxing, so you never do know. But I would fully expect Crawford versus Spence November in Las Vegas.
All right. So, so he said he don't really see no obstacle. So if they're at the 2-yard line, which I don't take Mike Coppinger as a football watching guy, and I say that jokingly. Well, you got 2 yards till you score a touchdown. Depending on who you're playing, it's real tough sledding to get them 2 yards. And sometimes, if you're playing somebody like the Dallas Coon Boys, it's pretty easy to get 2 yards on a sweep, on a quarterback draw, a 2-yard hitch, whatever you're doing, whatever you're talking about, fade. It's pretty easy to get on the Coon Boys, right? But that ain't what I heard. Now, I talked to Bushido today, and he had a couple questions, and we started talking about. He asked me what I heard, and I said, well, and I absolutely told you guys I haven't heard anything from the PBC side of things. All I heard from my people at PBC that the fight is gonna happen definitely. And I sent to what Rick Glazer said. I never got a response from anybody when Rick Glazer said a couple weeks ago or a week ago this fight was at an impasse. He might say 2 weeks ago. And apparently 2 weeks later, a week later, they reported on Boxing News 24 that the fight is at an impasse. And Rick Glazer said it 2 weeks ago, so I don't mind giving credit where credit is due. Right? But, as soon as I got that information, I asked somebody to go reach out. And, and this is what I got. He said, Cap, once again, I sent him the post and the video. He said, I'm about to ask, Cap, once again. He sent somebody the post. He said, is this true? It's not. He said, the person said, it's not saying nothing. It's saying Crawford and Spence fight is close to being in November. Okay, is it true? He said, I haven't heard anything. So he said, waiting on Blase Blah. He said, Blase Blah said, you know what it is, the money. So he said, saying the money is not right. He said, like Spence said, if the fight don't happen, it's not his fault. Laugh out loud. He don't control his career. Can't say that word, but no good Al Haymon does. Shake my effing head. So right then and there you go, right then and there. So they still saying the money ain't right. The person that reached out to me was like, well, I just talked to Bud Whoop the other day. Ain't nothing changed. And this was right after Steve Espinosa said we thinking about offering 50-50. So like I said before, if it's going to be closer to 50-50 and all that type of stuff, that means they probably preparing an offer for Bud right now. But like I said before, I don't think Bushido would mind me saying this. He said that he said that he said he heard that they ain't spoken weeks. So that's what he's saying. He said they said they ain't spoken weeks. That's what he said. He said they ain't spoken weeks. That's what he said. He said there's been no conversation for weeks. That's what he said. He said we have not had any conversation. They have not. We're on the street. They have not had any conversation for weeks. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me. He said the news on Spence and Bud. He said I heard it's heavily one-sided in negotiations. I mean, like I said, I haven't technically heard that, but I heard that. That's what they saying, the money. He said that but I'm also hearing Buzz want 15 million. I haven't heard that neither, but I don't know. It's been 20, 15, I don't know. So yeah. I mean, like I said before, I mean, I don't know, Bud won 15 and he compromised and he said, y'all can't give me, I don't know what exactly the numbers is. They have not leaked out the exact numbers, but I do know the split was 80-20 to begin this fight. It was 80-20. And apparently it don't look like they're moving off that 80-20 split. So no, this fight is not close. It went from September something, the 17th, whenever Canelo fighting, to possibly the week after it, possibly the first week in October. Now Chris Eubanks and Conor being taking that fight date, possibly. Then it went from the 30th to 29th to 30th. Now it's November. At the end of the day, Coppinger just selling pipe dreams. Whoever's stringing Coppinger along, the only thing I could think about is they proposing an offer to lock it down, or just like Rick Glazer said, that it backs up with Bushido Boxing. I go subscribe to Bushido Boxing. Said just like he said, they haven't talked in weeks, and I know somebody always. I don't think he joking no more, but he used to jokingly say that they're gonna announce Keith Thurman and Keith Thurman and Spence in a couple weeks. He used to jokingly say that, like he say it all the time, but I think he's serious, bro. You know, so at the end of the day, I think that they laying the groundwork. It's either one or two things. Either they about to prepare an offer that is take it or leave it for Terence Crawford, which I already believe we got there, or they about to move on. As simple as that. Or they about to move on. So, or they already have moved on. But the one thing about moving on, Keith Thurman said he just caught the virus again. And he got up to like 180, 88 pounds. So he said he went back in the gym. He's supposed to come back September, October. So, I mean, like I said before, man, it ain't nothing. I mean, if Errol Spence said if it don't happen this year, it's not going to happen. That's what he said. So I'm just giving you real news, and I've been very consistent on this front. So they haven't heard nothing. So I don't know if Terence Crawford, is he prepared to move on, or what his backup plan gonna be? But like I said, Crawford need to create some type of leverage. His only leverage can't be the legends picking us. His only legend can't be us exposing Premier Boxing Champions again. That can't be his only leverage. It just simply can't. He has to go to create his own buzz somehow way. And if he got a couple ways of doing it. He go out there, he can chastise and obliterate, and really tear Errol Spence down as a man, which he don't want to do. Obviously, I would have been done that. I don't care nothing about that honor, them call me a nigga, none of that. Because they gonna do that anyway. I ain't really tripping about what mixed company thinking, bro. I ain't think about what the niggas thinking. Because whatever you do, Eric, it's gonna be somebody who don't feel what you're doing. That's just life. You can be better yourself, niggas still be hating on you. That's just life. 2 cents in the bucket, bump it. You know what I'm saying? What he said, house party. So yeah, I did it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it don't even really matter. Errol Spence can be in shape. He know he fighting. Errol Spence know exactly what day he probably, or what estimated day that he fighting in. This fight is not close. And all this time, all I think is truly in my heart, all I think this is gonna be is a plan to duck Bud. They're gonna say Bud priced himself out. We moving on. The fight never gonna happen. The fight in their mind was never gonna happen. They never anticipated Terence Crawford becoming free from Top Rank. Nobody thought he was gonna walk away. And obviously people say he signed a bad deal. He signed an excellent deal. How many people walked away with Bob Arum without paying nothing? And his lawsuit, it seemed like, as of right now, moving in his direction. He might walk away with $10 million. Who would have walked away with Top Rank, with their integrity and the WBO belt and the undefeated or great record, and still have something to give? Only time will tell if he got something to give in the tank. Terence Crawford isn't, come on. Oscar, I'm not sure if Oscar walked away scot-free. I know Floyd didn't at all. Joey Chad Spence fight is in February 2020. What Spence said, if it don't happen this year, so no, Spence gonna get another fight in. It could be an introduction to the 154 pounds, or it could be they might bypass Bud, get the ring belt for Keith Thurman, and say, well, that's undisputed. I think they paid for him to take the heat for the fight for being at 140. Of course, Fortuna probably about to lay down, bro. Fortuna, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. That's why this fight nobody really talking about it. Or come on. We had no real summer blockbuster. None. It will not be in Canelo Alvarez and Triple G3 will be the summer blockbuster. That's it. Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz is probably gonna be the best fight in the ring. As far as these top fights. Virgil Ortiz fighting Michael fucking McKisson. Said Ryan being sold as a pay-per-view on cable and Sling TV. That's crazy. Is it? Is it being sold as a pay-per-view? Why ain't no damn pay-per-view? He said, what you think about Errol Spence and Canelo? Wait, no, hell no. Errol Spence gonna get his dick knocked in the dirt. Y'all gotta understand his weight classes for a reason. That's what we talking about Crawford and Charlo. It's weight classes for a reason. Nigga, like that's 54 is the gateway to no return. Once you go to 54, it's 10-ounce gloves. And this era, these era, man, it's a whole bunch of athletic. No, man, ain't no better fight. Errol Spence get crushed. He get obliterated in every way possible. Kamehameha, whatever you talking about. Cannon Black, Cannon Bean Black, however you think, he has zero chance versus beating Canelo Alvarez. He will never be the same. Like that Drake album. He will get obliterated by Canelo Alvarez. No, he can't beat Triple G. No, he can't beat Demetrius Andrade. No, he can't beat Jamal Charlo. Maybe he can beat Chris Eubanks, but they ain't saying much. No. No, he will Canelo Alvarez will beat the dog walking shit out of Errol Spence. That's a non-competitive fight. You might compare some of his opponents like Callum Smith and Danny Jacobs and Rocky Fielding. They are naturally built rough and rugged to take that punishment. That's the difference. Errol Spence is not. If Errol Spence was a middleweight, he'd be up there. He has zero chance in there with Canelo Alvarez. If Canelo let that fight go past 4 rounds, Canelo Alvarez had to turn in his gloves, turn in his boots, turn in his Mexican pound-for-pound status, and never return. He has zero chance versus Canelo Alvarez. I repeat, zero chance. There are weight classes for a reason. He can't even beat, in my mind, some of the people at 54. How you going to go up there because he beat on Charlo and sparring? That's different. Charlo is trying to master a style that he's already mastered. He already understands what Charlo trying to do because he's already done it. That's different, and they sparring. That's a totally different thing. Throwing him in the mix with Tony Harrison, throw him in the mix with Sebastian Fondor, throw him in the mix with Erickson Lubin and guys like that, bro. I mean, it'd be interesting. He probably could win, probably would win, but it's a different game up there. It's a different ball game up there. He's already looked vulnerable at 147 pounds. You said, well, CJ, he moved up 7 pounds. That's fine. He can move up 7 pounds and all that type of stuff. But guess what? It's the countdown to he'll be at 60. He stayed at 47 too long. He stayed at 147 way too long. So as soon as he get to 54, he gonna be ready to go. That 7 pounds gonna feel like 2 pounds, 1 pound. So when he get to 54, he gonna be ready to go to 60. The Canelo stayed at 54, 50, 55 for too long. Canelo Alvarez only had 3 fights at 160, bro. It was the 2 Golovkin fights and the Danny Jacobs fights, I believe. The Chavez fight was at super middleweight. So when you stay somewhere way too long, all you do is taking years off your life. Literally years off your career. All that extra fluid that you drain, where you think it's coming from? When you bone dry, where is it? It's coming from your head. Your head sitting in water. For motherfuckers who don't drink water, bro, it's the reason why you having headache, chronic back pain, all that type of stuff. Y'all drinking alcohol, y'all drinking Powerades, Gatorades, Mountain Dews, Pepsis, all that type of stuff. If y'all went straight on the water fast or drunk water, most of y'all it'd be a wrap. So that's all he doing, man. That's all he doing is killing himself. And then he gonna go to 54 for 54 shouldn't be shit but a pit stop anyway. Too much danger up there for short money. He said, he be watching football. CJ Bob almost slipped out and said it. Oh, man, you wild for that one, laughing. So what's good, St. Louis? Shout out to St. Louis. Some of the realest people ever. I mean, I'm crazy over there, too. He said, no need for conversation if the money ain't where it's supposed to be. But if they come to what been asked, he said, I don't know. He said, my being the reason Steve said we're close, ready to approach Bud with the right money. I mean, at the end of the day, they said they ain't spoken months, so maybe they are ready to approach him with the right money. Maybe Viacom stepped in. Maybe they didn't step in. Apparently, PBC deal ran out with us, Viacom, CBS, Showtime last year, and they probably on a year-by-year basis. You know, how many fight cards Showtime put on in this summer so far? The Ray Vargas card? I don't know. The Vargas card, because summer started, June 20th or something like that? Renardo, what's going on, bro? Said, Barbara, you correct. Shout out to Bobby. Bobby continues to say, Vargas Leo Santa Cruz later this year. Yep, that was always the intention. Gary Russell was pricing himself up. He was never going to get that fight. Hell no, Earl ain't messing with Canelo. Y'all crazy. It's just too much weight, bro. Come on, can Bud go up to beat Canelo? Hell no, it's too much weight. You got to understand Canelo going to walk in that whole cruiserweight, especially on them being small. You talking about 47 pounders going up to 68? Because he ain't coming back down to 60. He already don't want to. He said, I'm an Errol Spence fan, but I'm speaking the truth. Yeah, you don't want to come up there. You got to understand there's too much weight. Too much weight. Too much weight, bro. I said, Earl walk around at 180 something. It's a difference. It's a difference. It's a damn difference. Trust me. It's a difference, but nonetheless, it is what it is. But I mean, if I had to decide, bro, I wanted to be optimistic about getting this fight like everybody else. I wanted to be very optimistic about getting this fight, and it just don't look like it's gonna happen. And I think, if you don't want to believe what I've been saying, I think you don't have no choice but to believe it, because as far as we've been going, it's my track record has been right. And it sounded like we getting a fight. Remember, Coppinger said it before, we getting a fight. Lion Killer came on and broke the news and said, well, that ain't what Team Crawford been saying, or that's not what I've been hearing. We not getting that fight. Nothing has been done. And right now, all it is setting up for them to escape out this fight, give you Keith Thurman, give you Errol Spence, and I don't know who else out there at 154, somebody at 54, Sergio Garcia or something like that. And everybody going to turn around and say, well, Crawford priced himself out. I mean, you could have did this shit 4-5 months ago. Well, maybe not long ago, but they couldn't do it until after the Ugas fight. And they may not end up doing it to after Errol Spence's next fight. Maybe they said, well, we're going to take a break, and after Errol Spence's fight, then we're going to come back and revisit negotiations. They done been negotiating for almost 12 months. Whole calendar. They've been negotiating since the Sean Porter negotiations, probably. That's how long they've been negotiating. Come on. They've been negotiating a long time this month. Crawford, whatever Crawford asking for, you hear 20, you hear 15, whatever it may be. Of course, Al Haymon going to take care of Errol Spence. Then they want Crawford to sign over there. So I don't know. Like I said, I didn't heard nothing about PBC about this fight in months. Months. They ain't said nothing. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They've been saying that same shit for the whole year, and something back in the last year. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Earl said it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. These niggas don't want to fight. And all Earl gonna say, well, I tried to make the fight, couldn't get made. He wasn't reasonable about with his money. It is what it is. And it's been one day that Bob Arum has been right. Bob Arum has lied a lot of times before in his career. He's lied plenty of times in his career before. Most of his career has been a lie. But it is what it is. I mean, how long? I mean, at some point, Errol Spence gonna have to come back. And someday the gig's got to be up. Put your hands up. Drop the weapon. The gig is gonna have to be up. At some point, y'all gonna look up, and it's gonna have to be up. And Errol Spence gonna have to move on and take a fight. And who knows what Terence Crawford gonna do? I don't know. Do you know? Don't know what his options is. The only thing I could think about is retirement. And maybe they take on the fight that we never thought they would take on. But I've always been consistent in the message that I heard is that Errol Spence don't think him and Derrick James don't think they can mess with Terence Crawford. They don't think they can fade him. And all they doing is waiting Crawford to get old, waiting for him to get out of shape, waiting for him to fall off a cliff. And that's why they was trying to offer Keith Thurman as a tune-up. But then again, come to find out, Keith Thurman was 6, so it wasn't no way Keith Thurman was going to be able to tune up anyway. That's it. Which is wild to me. Which is wild. So I just want to see how this gonna end. That's all you want to see is how this gonna end. That's the great thing about it. How's it gonna end? Because it's gonna end with it being Terence Crawford fight. Fought. I can tell you right now, it's gonna end with it being Terence Crawford fought. However it go. The fight didn't happen, or Terence Crawford stopped the Errol Spence fanatics. It's gonna be Errol Spence Terence Crawford fought. So, I mean, it is what it is. He said, Spence 24, I love it. It is what it is. What else you want me to talk about? Let's talk about Fortuna and Ryan. Errol Spence tell me spar with heavyweights, though. Man, that don't mean nothing. They say Terence Crawford. Shakira said Terence Crawford be sparring. I mean, with heavyweight, that don't mean nothing. It's sparring. What type of heavyweight? You sparring with Wilder? Are you sparring with Anthony Joshua? Or you sparring with niggas who ain't got no professional record or they're not that good? I don't mean nothing. You sparring with heavyweights. It's sparring. Come on. PBC ain't got no money. They say they do. In my opinion, it was spent years ago. That's what it is. They don't want no ass whooping. That's what it is. And my thing is, Errol Spence ain't gonna be no star regardless. Come on, he ain't gonna be no Mayweather. He can't carry the company. He already proved that right now. If he can carry the company, Showtime or Fox would have locked him up to a deal. So why not? You know, put him in the biggest, best fight you could put him in. You know why? Because he's fighting another black fighter. You know why? Why not put him in the biggest and the best fight you can put him in? Unless you're going to put him in there with Canelo. And Canelo not about to accommodate no black person. He not about to say, well, you know, Errol Spence at 160. Hell no. Hell no. Canelo going to make Errol Spence come up to 168. And he going to give him a Boosie fade. That's what it is. So he gonna pass up on a big fight, and a lot of them niggas gotta be questioning Al Haymon, bro. Got to. Especially if this don't happen. Support the channel, Venmo CJ Good 313. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Kobe 2K fam. Especially with style. They know Terence Crawford gonna dog walk his ass, put a leash around that boy's neck. They know it. And they wait for Bud to be old and stagnant, all that type of shit. Errol Spence, stay president for staying in the gym. That's what you're supposed to do. Come on. That's what Crawford do anyway. So, I think the biggest question is what does Errol Spence do next? And where does Crawford go from here? That might be the biggest. We know Errol Spence probably going to go fight Keith Thurman or fight, somebody at 54. We know that. What did Crawford do? Retire? I don't know. But yeah, support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. CJ, they want the whole PBC to fight Canelo. Yeah, they do. We ain't lying about that. He's gonna stretch the hell out of y'all, boy. He gonna stretch the hell out of you. He gonna do a yoga stretch on y'all, boy. What's his name? Errol Spence. Come on, he spar with heavyweights, and then Canelo gonna kill his ass. Telling y'all, too much weight. He can't beat up Golovkin. Too much weight, bro. Golovkin punched too hard, dude. Y'all can talk about the biggest chin and all. You got the best chin. You talking about jumping weight class is just a different ball game. It's just a different ball game. Weight classes for a reason. But think about it. If Spence was at 140, if it was back in the day, Spence would have to jump from 40 to 60. And they still doing catch weights. Shout out to Joy Chess. Hit my link tree. Find me everywhere there. This will happen this year. I mean, yeah, be optimistic, but we've been dragging this out since Bud beat Sean in November, December, January, February, March, April, when up to that point, nobody knew they was negotiating. After the Errol Spence fight, people thought negotiations started with an interview with Steven Espinoza. So, in people's mind, we've been negotiating for May, June, July. Now, it's been past that. It's almost on 9 or 10 months. It's almost on 9 or 10 months. We've been past that. So at some point, they're gonna have to cast their chips in, either put their chips hold them or fold them. If you're gonna fold them and go fight somebody else, which I'm telling you, it's not gonna take a hit on Errol Spence's Errol Spence's name. It's not, because he's gonna hide behind Al Haymon. Errol Spence already did some questionable shit. And every fighter say some questionable, do some questionable shit. But Errol Spence said a lot of it is not hurt. Errol Spence will walk away from this being A-okay, bro. Errol Spence will walk away with this with no responsibility. All the responsibility is going to be on Bud. All the blame is going to be on Bud. But Bud's been dealing with that his whole career. He's been dealing with that his whole career. Whatever reason, if it's because he top ranked, is he dark-skinned, he on the wrong side of the street, people been, it's always Bud do something incredible, move the goalpost. Bud do something incredible, move the goalpost. He have a shaky moment, move the goalpost again. So that's just the type of fighter he is. Larry Holmes was in that category. Believe it or not, Floyd Mayweather was in that category. Believe it or not, Muhammad Ali, it wasn't the greatest shit he was doing while Muhammad Ali was doing it. But they like, bro, it wasn't always the greatest stuff that he was doing. Ali was criticized. Ali became universally loved once he started moving, shaking and shit. No offense to that, but I'm just being real. He was always amongst his people, but there's been a lot of fighters that's been on that, great fighters that's been on that shit list. Great ones. Nobody really liked the fucking way Lennon Lewis fought. That's why you don't know what country claim his ass. Canada, UK, or Jamaica. Come on. And you get that with black fighters. You got fighters like Arturo Gatti, even before he passed, he was loved. He was loved more than the majority of the fighters that I named was ever loved. In their career. He was known for getting beat up at the Atlantic Boardwalk. That's what he was known for. And he was more loved than Crawford ever was active. Sad. More loved than Deontay Wilder ever was active. She was more loved than Gennady Golovkin was universally loved. So it ain't all about wins and losses. It became a tradition, just like going down the Ford Field, watching the Lions lose. It's going to the boardwalk, watching the tour Gotti, being in the war, edge it out or get beat down. That's what it was. Crawford in a long, Clarissa Shields, Deontay Wilder, Crawford is in a long list. A long list of just not being liked. And a lot of times that just come with just being talented, bro. He too fucking good. Is what it is. Content creator, think about joining Melon. Hit my link, last link in the description right here on the screen. He says, one essay, heavyweights are anywhere over 200 means nothing, no quality heavyweights just being a big punching bag. Yep. He said, we're going to get an announcement in 2 weeks, CJ. I mean, it's going to have to announce something. I mean, if you realistically think about it, I mean, come on. They fight twice a year. Jamal Charlo on the hook for fight once this year. Probably Jamal is too. Jamel won't return back until January. People tell me, you see what that money do? It sound good, nigga. It sound real good. But holla at me when they 45, 50 years old, if that back still hurt and still hitting like that. So you talking about they fight in November, right? It had to be the 19th, 12th, or 5th, right? Let's just say it's the 19th. So you talking about we what? Let's say we in August. So 4, 8, 12. 13, 4. Well, we about 15. We about 16 weeks out right now. Because you got 4, 8, my bad, 12. Yeah, about 16 weeks out right now. Yeah, just simming through the rest of July. Yeah, you about 16 weeks out right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. About 4 months out right now. So be interesting. Like I said, what it do, Kobe 2K fan? It's interesting. So the deadline is kicking in. Unless Errol Spence gonna come back in November. It's 5 weeks in November this year. It's 5 weeks this month. So we hitting that punchline every time it's moving. It's September. It's early October. It's late October. Now we move to November. Nobody see the sequence. Keep moving the goalpost back. But the interesting thing about it is what they gonna do next. That's the interesting thing about it. Is Errol Spence gonna fight Keith Thurman? That's what they said. That's what he said. Al Haymon wanted him to do. Make sure the thumbs up button. Shout out to Kobe. Like I said before, people keep saying we're gonna get it. We get it. Everybody telling me need to marinate it, build it up, and look at it. Now they can't afford it. Now they can't afford to fight. Don't surprise me none. But all this gonna fall on Crawford. Mark my words. Mark my word. I just want to know what Crawford gonna do. What else is there to do? You're not gonna get Jamel Charlo. You're not gonna get Tim Tszyu. He part of the PBC too. Now he signed a deal. No more evident than him than him not him his activity starting fighting 3-4 times a year. Now he fight once a year. Won't see Tim Tszyu back till 2023 now. Everybody in PBC, everybody signed with PBC, and they be active and they come to PBC and they slow down. Canelo should go take Errol Spence's head off. Okay. Sumter salute. Said that fight is dead. Coppinger keep lying about it. You know, fight dead as hell. But people don't want to hear the truth. It is what it is. Jamel got $10 million in one check and took the rest of the year off. De La Hoya used 3 or 4 of them a year, and he had bad hands. They ain't want to fight no more, bro. It's all about money. Al Haymon then stress more about financials. Anything. The only time gonna tell if them financials hold up. Only time will tell. If these fighters end up having money down the road. Only time will tell. I bet we get UFC versus boxing start real soon. Yeah, I mean, Jay Paul get to have dates whenever he want to have them. So it's wild. But, I mean, it don't make me no surprise. They say we don't spend the money on the fights. Fuck them. Since they don't want to give us the fight, we don't spend no more money on them. Don't go to their fights and go stream all that shit from now on. Make sure we make sure they know you can't disrespect the black dollar. Come on. We can let them know they can't disrespect the black dollar. That's what we tell them. We can't. Stop buying their merches, start buying their shows, start streaming Showtime. Get their ass kicked off of there. This ain't a white man doing this. Bob Arum got killed for doing this his whole career. Going out his way, not making black fights. Not making Dominicans and the Cuban fights. You know, all he making Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and Latino fights. He got killed for that. Al Haymon get a pass because he don't talk. Al Haymon's his blueprint it hasn't worked in boxing. That's one of the major reasons HBO let him go. Because he refused to match his fighters against other top fighters. He refused it. So that's one of the reasons why, it ain't never worked. But it is what it is. He do the same thing and don't get the criticism because he black. And he ain't one of you niggas, bro. You ain't never seen a Black Lives Matter on around PBC, bro. Have you? You seen it on the mat? Don't even think it mattered, but you know what I'm saying. They're crazy. So I don't know if Crawford trying to string this out and see if they really for real. But one day they're going to do him like they did Haymon Munguia. Haymon Munguia did not know that Jamal Charlo was fighting Saluki, and that's why the Saluki fight fell off and nobody bought that shit. It wasn't about no injury. Ain't nobody bought that shit. That's what he get. That's exactly what he get. Meanwhile, Munguia came back and sold out the Hyundai Center. And Jamal Charlo can't sell out the Toyota Center or the Box Chevy Capri Center or the Capri Sun Center or the Boys and Girls Club. It's crazy. I'm gonna get my link tree, find me everywhere. Beautiful street? I don't really know what that question was. More beautiful and more streeter or ratchet? Monica, Alicia Keys. I choose Monica. She about that life. I don't know. I guess Monica. I guess it would be Monica Angela. Shout out to Monica. I never been an Alicia Keys fan for real. All she do is stand behind that fucking piano and don't do nothing else. But basically, if you know a boxer's name, they fight every 9 months. Yep. Both Charlos putting that shit to test. Charlo over a year now. Jamal. Charlo Benavidez. That's never gonna happen. Charlo hid behind his team, bro. You think he can't hide behind nobody? They ain't about making the best fight on PBC. They ain't about making the best fights in general. They not. Look at Eddie Hearn, bro. Come on, Eddie Hearn don't want to put Conor Ben in there. He don't even want to put Canelo back in there. Oscar De La Hoya revealed Eddie Hearn don't even promote. He not even Beebles promoter. So he don't even really promote Beeble. I'm telling them they don't. If I'm Beeble, they don't promise me the Canelo fight by May or something like that. Ben, you know what, man? I'm gone. I'm gonna go take the Al Haymon bag. Get paid once a year for fighting all the top fighters, and I'm good. Tell Canelo he want the rematch. I'll be over there. So I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, this is a saga, bro. This is a saga. And it is what it is, bro. There ain't too much we can do about it. Until we get that date when somebody officially moved on and they make the fight, then it's all to come to an end. But they still won't come to the end unless they fight. Even when they fight, it still won't come to an end, bro. People still gonna have conspiracy theories. Like I said, what's Bud's satisfaction really gonna be? It's really gonna have to be putting hands on that man in the ring, bro. It really gonna have to be getting the satisfaction, beating the dog walking shit out of Errol Spence. That's gonna have to be a satisfaction because he not gonna get no real shit from the fans. He not gonna get no recognition from the naysayers, the haters. He going there and beat the Jamaican out of Errol Spence, beat the jerk chicken out of there. They gonna have some type of excuse. He had something in his gloves. Errol Spence was weight drain or the injury. You already know what it's gonna be. When he got into that car, man, before the car accident, it was all about him. It was all about him and being weight drained and all that shit. That nigga don't want to fight. He going around and people say, "Oh, he's still in shape." He going around staying in shape for Keith Thurman. That's all they do is, man, Oscar De La Hoya just said all they do is hide behind Al Haymon. That's all they do is hide behind Al Haymon. That's all they do. Let me hide behind Al Haymon. Let me hide behind Al. Al gonna take the blame. Al gonna do this. Al gonna do that. And that's all they do. Al can take the blame because he gets no ridicule because nobody interview him. He probably don't even read about this shit. He check his stocks. He probably do a little trading, check his phones, check his credit cards, check all that shit. He don't think about what we saying, bro. That's probably why he let Stevie Kim and them come in as he come and choose. And call him Black Hitler and all that shit. They ain't able to come in there, but you say one thing about Errol Spence that ain't a dick riding comment, or you have one critical thing to say about Errol Spence, they ban your ass. Come on, you say one thing about Charlo, they ban your ass. Like I said before, let that company die a slow death. Let boxing throw a slow death. Don't none of these promoters, these managers, these fighters, they don't deserve your money. They don't deserve your real-time views. Stream that shit or don't watch it at all. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. Trust me. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve you as a fan. Fight won't get done. Earl, big pussy cat. I told y'all that. They already knew they never was gonna fight. People at PBT been saying this for years, bro. They've been saying this for years, dog. Come on. They've been doing this for years. They knew they weren't going. They did not expect him to get free. They did not expect that man to get free, bro. So it is what it is, man. They're gonna have people that this is gonna be this whole generation is gonna be hypotheticals, bro. If this one, you could do that in every generation. If they would have fought, who would have won? This whole generation gonna be about that. And I want to see where these dudes at when they 40, 50 years old. I want to see if they're gonna be still balling off them Al Haymon checks. I want to see if they're gonna still be balling off them Al Haymon checks. That's what I want to know. I want to know if them Al Haymon checks still gonna be hitting. Al can't lend out money to everybody. I want to know if them IRAs gonna be hitting. All they investments gonna be hitting. That's what I want to know. That's exactly what I want to know. But yeah, I mean, I've been consistent from the beginning, bro, and it ain't nothing changed. Coppinger can come out here and lie as much as he want to lie. He can lie as much as he want to lie. And whoever paying him to push these lies out here and push this this propaganda, hope the money hit good enough. You know, people say Coppinger lie anyway. People say Coppinger lie anyway. So I mean, it is what it is. Somebody probably slid him a couple dollars, or he could just be making shit up. I don't think so. You know, he could be making shit up. You know, but I mean, I can't say. I don't know for sure. But I do know what they saying off the Crawford side is the money ain't right still. And could they be lying? Absolutely, but I doubt it. So you know, Bushido said that he already wanted 15. So it went from 20 to 15. So maybe he's willing to compromise a little bit. Now, if Earl getting 5 or 7, 8, 9 million, 10 million, you ask for 15 to 20, then shit, man. Hey, Earl taking less to make the fight happen. But they paying him 10 and they paying you 5 or something. You ain't stooping that low. Hey, I don't blame you neither. I can't tell them how to stuff their pockets, bro. I can't tell them what their market value is. I don't have the analytics. I don't have the numbers. I don't know what numbers are really doing. The only time I can go is just put my hand to the street and say the street's waiting on this fight. That's all you can say. You know? It'd be a perfect time to fight too. Ain't shit going on in boxing. Give a hell about Ryan Garcia. Who cares? Who cares about Virgil Ortiz and Michael fucking McKisson, dude? Nobody. Have y'all seen the upcoming boxing schedule, bro? All this time until football come back on. Trash. I'm more anticipated for the release of Madden, and that shit been trash for years. Ryan and Fortuna. Next week, don't nobody fight. Joel Gonzalez fight Isak Dog Bay in Minnesota. Hick in the league, Minnesota. Gabriel Flores on there as well too. Come on, keep going. Dennis Garcia and Benavidez Jr. Who the F asked for that fight? July 30th. Josh Kelly returned to Newcastle, UK. Probably losing. August 6th, Dennis Virgil Ortiz versus Michael McKisson. Alex Martin versus Hank Lundy. Is that the co-feature? Trash. Emmanuel Serrano taking on Brenda Calabala. Oh, this is the Jake Paul card. So the Jake Paul card and Virgil Ortiz fought on the same day. Mick Collin returning to that day versus Miguel Moraga. Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer is in Prescott Valley, Arizona. They then went to Africa, to Dubai, back to the States. Don't know what's going on there. Teofimo versus Pedro Campbell. Who cares? You know, who cares? That's August 13th. Trash. Usyk versus Anthony Joshua, August 20th. Finally. Nevete taking on Eduardo Baez. Trash. Pedraza's Richard Comey, the 27th. That Usyk card is the 20th. You know. July 4th, the last Sunday without football. Andrew Ruiz and Luis Ortiz. Then the 10th is Carissa Shields, Savannah Marshall. I don't even know who's going to be watching that because college football come back on. So, I don't know. Might have that shit picture or whatever on the phone and college football on the TV, on the big screen. Then Canelo and Golovkin round out the summer. The day after the summer end, and Shakur and Robertson can see trash. Charlo and Tim Tszyu, July 20. Trash. So, ain't really shit popping in boxing. We ain't gonna have shit to really talk about until it heat up, until it get cold, start hitting the fall. Ain't nothing to talk about on that whole damn schedule for real. You know, Ortiz and Canelo, and you know that's the cool. Usyk and AJ, that's cool, but ain't really nothing to talk about. You're gonna see in September, everybody gonna be trying to. October, November, everybody gonna be trying to come back, man. I don't really give a hell, bro. I don't have a Michigan game on the TV. Got waiting to go to all types of shit. He said CJ played the 80. I ain't got mine ain't got it hooked up right now, bro. He said it should be a 50. I don't know what it should be, bro. I can't really call it. I'm done buying these papers. I already got rid of the zone, and I mean everybody downsizing. Shit, my sister turned off her HBO Max on our ass. I'm mad as hell. I had it, bro. I just stopped paying it, bro. I'm gonna get it back then, bro. Cause I'm about to cut the cord on cable, bro. I'm gonna go with YouTube TV. I'm gonna try out the free trial, see how it hit. Man, cable costs too much. I looked at the cable bill. Shit, my girl paying just off cable. It's like $190 just for the cable. 160 something like that. They charge you for the equipment. Comcast is just crooks. Internet good as hell though. So that's the only thing I really use. So I'm about to get rid of Showtime subscription. Oh yeah, I've been got rid of that shit. HBO, Showtime, Stars, Cinemax, Cinewax. My girl bought the Stars app for whatever reason. We got the damn Fire Stick. I don't get that. But yep, I've been getting right on. I'm about to get rid of cable too. I'm getting rid of cable too, bro. Tired of it. I'm about to keep paying all that shit, man. That shit more than my car note, dude. More than my car. I'm about to keep paying for no damn cable, bro. Shit ever come on cable. Sling, they say Sling pretty good, but you only get 47 channels. I don't be really watching shit. YouTube TV give you 85 channels. It's $65 a month. And then I want the Red Zone add-on, so that's $75 a month. So 76, something like that. So yeah, Hulu high as hell too. 70. So yeah, Hulu 70. So but Sling only 50 for their biggest package. I think it's like 47 channels. It's like 50. But the sports add-on to be like 55, 60 or something like that. So I don't really care. I don't know. Trash football definitely will make things bigger. Yup, man, stop paying attention to that shit. He said, my server's trash and my CJ voice. He said, facts, RBD. He said, economy is going to hit. Oh, shit, hell yeah. People already cutting back, bro. I told you. People are already cutting back on everything, bro. So it's time to, I don't know much about crypto, but I did recently. I've been reading into stock market, and I'm gonna take a trading class. I got a 3-day event coming up pretty soon, and they say anytime something crash, you want to buy low. So that's the thing. He said when everything crashes, that's a good thing. When the market started to dip and shit start crashing, you start buying stuff on the low. So you buy it for cheap, you sell it for high. So you got, you hold on, you can hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? You can hold on to it, or you can sell it for high. So you really apparently supposed to follow what the banks buy, what they buying, all that. It's just funny, bro. So, I've been taking some classes here and there, reading up on different, change your mindset and all that shit, man. So yeah, a lot of people like trading options. Once I kind of like get comfortable with the trading and the stock market and all that, the numbers and lines, then I'm gonna learn crypto. So then I'm gonna learn crypto. So, yeah, but they say you should buy when they have crypto crash, you should be buying right now. Even when the market shit start crashing, you should be buying right now. So yeah, I'm gonna load up on multiple resources on that account, bro. I'm gonna take the class, probably take another class, and then I got something else. If y'all, I share it with my people who join the membership. I share something else that I'm gonna use. They cut it by like 90% of the price. Then I'm gonna start using once I kind of master it and stuff of that nature. So, yeah, you ain't really gotta do much. So yeah, whenever they say anything, so everybody panic and sell, that you should be buying. So if you're in the crypto world, bro, if you hear dumb shit like don't get a mentor, don't take classes, spend money on classes, and let the market teach you what the market is. The only way to learn the market is teach you. That just sounds like some dumb stuff to me, bro. That sounds like I'm not going into nothing blind, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read up on something and then get taken advantage of. No, I'm gonna take the classes. I'm gonna spend the money. I'm gonna reach out to certain people, take secondary classes from another standpoint of view. Try to put it all together. Give me some type of something I can lean on. And if if you have success, that's what helps generate wealth. That's the best passive income. You really can't call it passive. If you trade, you really can't call it passive. So it's crazy. You can't call it carry, but it is what it is. That's how they get a leg up on. He said I don't even watch TV. Me neither. I did watch Stranger Things though, so I'm gonna finish watching that tonight. I think it's good if you like older movies. Yeah. She just 85 channels and shit. And I'm like, All I want to watch basketball. The only thing about it, I can't watch the Pistons game, so I'm gonna buy 2K23 the Gold Edition. I'm gonna go reserve that pretty soon because it comes with an NBA League Pass on it. Then 2K23 Legendary Gold Edition. It comes with it comes with an NBA League Pass for $150 and it's $200. So they talking about, I think the League Pass, the premium is $30 a month, but it's right without commercials. I don't give a hell about commercials and none of that shit. I don't care about rewatching the game on demand either. So yeah, I'm gonna go buy the Gold Edition and shit. And I'm only buying it for the League Pass. I don't play 2K no more. I'm only buying it for the League Pass. That's it. So the information is out there. We should take advantage. Yep. Start reading and all that shit. Different. I mean, all that. You got all this shit available on free, man. How to clean your credit up, how to change your mindset. I got a few books. Oh, I'm reading one book. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I'm listening to it on the how to change your mindset. So yeah, all the information out of there, bro. Like we could be rich if you just use it. You don't even need nobody. You don't really need to, But anytime you start bringing shit up, people don't want to talk about it. That $200 you putting on some Jordan, nigga, shit, you could be putting that. You be buying some stock up, bro. And the dude was saying he bought stock on Netflix. When his boy first, they Melon this, he bought it early. That shit, if Netflix took off and he was able to retire. So it's always ideas out there. Even if you ain't got the money to start up an Uber or a Lyft, it's always something else, things starting up out there. It's always something to invest in. So man, we need to head towards recession. I'm talking about the Jeezy album. I'm waiting for the bargain deal stocks when these companies start dropping the value. Yup, that's what they tell you to do. It's a good thing they preach, like debt. People think debt is all bad, but debt is a good thing sometimes. It's good debt and it's bad debt. If you buy, you start off in a rental property, you got to put 10% down and you $1,800 in debt, but the rental property paying itself off. Every month your rental property, make you $500. In a minute, your debt gonna be paid. They don't tax debt. Think about that for a minute. They don't tax debt. You never pay a piece of taxes on debt unless you owe taxes. If it comes with the league pass, but yeah, it's $150. It comes with the league pass. So you basically buying the league pass at a $50 discount. That's you buying the league pass for a $50 discount, bro. And then you get the game and everything else. The VC come. I'm gonna flip that shit on. I'm gonna flip the VC and all that shit. I don't play that shit no more. I might play my team. That's the only thing I probably really fuck around with is my team. But yeah, the whole little my player, that shit didn't turn into some other shit. Let me turn to my other shit. Battle rifle always coming on in the end. I'm about to end this, but you can say what you gotta say. What's up, battle rifle? Should I advise about guns and stock? Time about to be hard. Yeah. What's going on? Yep, guns, metals. Now they can even ship precious metals to your house, so you actually can not even just get the certificate. You actually can buy, the metals and stuff. The metals is worth a lot of money too. They don't cost too much neither. Buy some metals, so you should have your hand in everything. But time's already been hard. I mean, I don't know if it's just where I'm sitting at in Detroit. It's already been hard. Real talk. So we've been in a recession for a while. Shit ain't been up. It ain't been up at all. So it's been like this. Gas prices been high. Shit been high. The only difference is anytime they raise your wages up like they did because they couldn't find nobody in the pandemic, they're going to raise shit up regardless. So now, man, it's the perfect time, man. You better start learning the market now. Learning it. Take advice, take classes. Take as many classes as you can from different companies. Put it all together. Find you a mentor. Learn crypto and shit, multiple incomes is the way to go. Finna take a coding course as well. 6 figures a year, careers off of that. Yeah, they got a lot of scam coding courses too, they say. So it's always good. That's why I tell you it's always good to take a couple courses. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of scamming shits out here. Drop shipping is a good way to go too, but like I said before, you gotta be dedicated. Drop shipping don't have no overhead, bro. That's what everybody doing. Drop shipping for different companies, drop shipping for Amazon, but you gotta watch out for the scams too. Drop shipping is just where you the front. You just shipping, you just build a website, get a domain. Like you could be, it's hard to get drop shipping for Nike and Adidas, but you could be the front for a car company that sell doorknobs or some shit like that. And you just the middleman. The people buy the doorknobs through you, and You get the order, send it to the company, they fulfill the order, and they ship it out. All you doing is processing the order, and niggas just making 6 figures off of that shit. Said November, Kobe this year. Bet Kobe. Don't forget hit the link tree. He said, yeah, yep. You got to upstarts in real estate. Also remember the taxes are gonna gain from stocks and lower than the income taxes. I mean, yeah, but yeah, real estate. You don't even need no money to start real estate. That's the crazy thing about it. You don't need no credit. Real talk. I'm reading about that too. So I'm gonna just take it step at a time. But yeah, he said, Wall Street Trapper say you start stocks, real estate, stocks, start your own business, real estate. You'll never go broke. So yeah, the old dude that's rich, he said he never stopped taking real estate classes. I mean, he got 1-day flips. You got you got Airbnb rental properties. I mean, yeah, you ain't even gotta own none of this shit. You ain't even gotta use none of your money. So all the secrets starting to get out. The people ain't gonna climb. Rent at an all-time high in New York. Everywhere is at an all-time high.
Yeah, everywhere.
So that's why you got that's why you got to get your credit up, bro, and buy you something, bro. That's just pretty much what it is. Even if it's something simple, you got to get your credit up, or get you a land contract and fix your win. But yeah, it ain't the time to move right now unless you're gonna buy. It is not the time.
I can imagine. I can imagine people the rent in New York is.
Mm-hmm.
Because New York is already itself is probably expensive. It's at least if you move in, they probably move to a place down south. So that's I met a couple of people that from New York. They came down south. They said it's high over here, but it still ain't expensive in New York.
Yep, and that rate but the thing about rent, you also ain't responsible for damages and all that shit, or property taxes and all that shit. That's the good thing about it. But but if you do a condo, you ain't got to worry about that. Most of that shit, no way. They handle the lawn service. They handle the major work on the house. That's why if you ain't got no kids, condo the way to go. Condo the way to go, bro. House, you got to maintain it. You got to pay property taxes already in your mortgage. If something break on the house, it's on you. That's why it's good to have a warranty. But a condo, man, like you are responsible for shit that break in the condo, but the major shit and cutting the grass and the roof and all that shit, that's on them. Condo's the way to go, trust me. But the good thing about all this shit falling, you be able to get if you get your money right, you be able to get some real estate, buy some foreclosures, or got some houses for cheap. November, Earl and Henny body the classic trilogy. Wow. One honest salute. He said November is the World Cup, man. Yeah, that might be an effect, but boxing always hit on November. Dr. Pablo salute. What's going on, brother? He said the problem is financial literacy too. You got too many these dunnies who spend 40K on Gucci, or 4K on Gucci, but won't put money towards education, the stock of the company who owns Gucci. Yeah, I mean, learning money is different from traditional education anyway. Like I was talking today with my barber, man. It's like you only need an 8th grade education, bro, to learn money. You just need to read, write, basic math. That's it. Money is totally how to learn money is totally different from what you learn traditionally.
I think he over exaggerating, man.
No, I'm
I think
not.
he probably talking about the bare minimum 8th grade education. I'm pretty sure most people got that.
Yeah, that's what you need. But I won't even say you need that. It's different though. Like learning financial literacy is not the same as reading a book, neither. It's like
I'm close to
basically you learning how money works. You learning how to get money to start businesses, how to leverage credit cards, how to leverage credit. All that is different. How to get your kids start off with credit. You learning about interest rates. You learn about, like I said before, how you definitely don't need money to do a lot of this stuff or whatever. So how it worked though. That's kind of how it is. You got a lot of these funds, these stock market platforms that'll give you a whole bunch of money to start investing. So it's just the literacy about it. That goes into real estate too. It's just a different. It's just different. It's not 1 + 1 or read this paragraph. It's really that it's really retention and applying. It's applying it and it's retaining the information, going back, applying the information, but it's also how it kind of work. You know what I'm saying? They say rich people, well, poor people work for money, rich people make their money work for them. So it's really a lot of people don't know how to get started. That's the hard thing. It's breaking the ice, getting started, learning time, reading about it, finding the programs, finding the mentorships. That's the thing about it, bro. But once you start learning, it's pretty addictive, bro. A lot of people retire off that shit. I know my barber said he got a homie. All he do is do crypto. He do crypto and he invest in he do sports bet. That's only two. That's his income. So I mean, crypto probably going around the same thing. But yeah, financial literacy, bro. You know, some of them stocks pay dividends, some of them don't. Sometimes you supposed to really
Yeah,
play the long game. Supposed to play the long game. Sometimes some people don't.
I think crypto is a short game, man. It's too like it. I mean, I think honestly, like I know I'm not well versed in crypto, but honestly, I don't really trust it because the whole idea of online currency, like the idea that something could crash in the crypto market and then you lose all your funds, like yeah, you could do that with regular stocks, but it's literally online currency. Like we can have like a point in time where some what are them crypto currency websites just go down all of a sudden and all your money just gone up in the wind? Like what proof do you have?
But I mean, a guy was explaining why it was so why you do it. But yeah, a lot of people don't trust it. A lot of people don't trust it. But a lot of people, this guy, I was finding a video he explaining he invested like 3 billion in it or whatever. But I mean, it is what it is. Condos have HOAs that have you have to keep paying. The HOAs they supposed to make sure you keep the house at the highest value. So obviously it's like somebody in the community is like the fucking big landlord. So that's the only real thing about it. So, but really, I mean, how much shit can you really keep fucking up in condos though? So I mean, you got to keep paying them, but how much you gonna keep messing up in condos though? That's the question. Like, how many times you gonna leave your trash can? You probably take your trash to a big ass dumpster. But yeah, the HOAs is definitely a problem. But I'd rather deal with having the HOAs as the issue, and it's pretty much like an old lady always complaining and shit. So it depends on what type of neighbor you is and all that type of shit. But I mean, you might as well. You always gonna keep paying property taxes anyway, so you always gonna be paying registration. Or you can always be paying something. You just never fully own anything. And a lot of people think that the main plan about you buying your house. A lot of people is it to pass it down. A lot of people just cash their house out and go to a retirement center anyway. So all your house is just all you do with your house is just a leveraging chip anyway. That's all it is. Or you cash it out and go retire. That's all it is. The future of crypto cash, its worth is not good credit is the king. Good credit has always been the king. Or cash has always been the king. But credit, yeah. Well, this is where you want crypto at. You want crypto at the bottom because it's no risk. If you buying it for pennies on a dollar, you buying it for nothing. Right? You put $100 in there, you might turn around and that 100 might be shit. Shit might be five. If it go back up, it might be 500,000. That's what you wanted at. When everything started to crash, that's when you wanted. That's why you learn it now. You learn it. You take the classes. You hit it off. You start. Shit about to crash. And somebody gonna come up with a brilliant idea, whatever it may be. Somebody can come up with an idea right now. I see somebody in the neighborhood who on the freeway, they pick up dog poop. Perfect. How many other competitions you got picking up dog shit in the neighborhood? You know how much money they make picking up dog shit around people's houses?
You know how much money people make just walking dogs?
Yeah. My mom just hired a dog walker. So, it's
Did
crazy.
she?
Yeah, she hired a dog walker for
Mm-mm-mm.
her dog and a pet sitter. So, hell yeah. I mean, it's all this money in it. But there we go. Somebody at my door, man. Appreciate y'all. You can listen to this. Hit the link tree on Twitch, Twitter. Or you watch it on Twitch or Twitter or YouTube. You can find me tomorrow morning. Be up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Stitcher, all that shit. So appreciate the love, support. Peace. Appreciate you, brother.